What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another wrestling news video. Even though this is 2 days after I did my last one, but yeah, I'm back, and this is the wrestling news video, episode 159, part 58 of the wrestling news, where I'm going to be talking about the wildest wrestling news stories and rumors that you SNA fans need to know. And we're going to be running the wrestling news for today's video on Sportskeeda, on the Sportskeeda article on December 6th, 2023. And we're going to start off with the WWE 2023 Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio. Promotes upcoming project outside of WWE at mid hiatus. Rey Mysterio stands among the few active legends of the business in 2023, and he has had quite a year in WWE. From wrestling his son on the grandest stage of them all, winning to winning like the United States champion and leading the LWO. Well, it says Latino World Order, the name that stands for LWO. Like on SmackDown, the biggest little man of WWE is debatably having one of the best runs of his career. It was announced in 2021 at the Master of 61 the Master of 619 will be getting a new animated show on Cartoon Network. Latin America titled Rey Mysterio versus La Oscuridad, like with Rey Mysterio versus the Darkness. The series will feature animation produced by the Mexican studio Viva Calavera. This is while a date for his in-ring return is not out yet. Santos Escobar has been making the most of the opportunity ever since he kayfabed took out the Hall of Famer on November 10th edition of Friday Night SmackDown. And what do you think about Rey Mysterio having a new animated series gonna be released on Cartoon Network? And there's the post on Cartoon Network's Latin American website. And I can't believe I don't think I ever seen a WWE wrestler have their own animated series on Cartoon Network before. I mean, they were featured on Scooby Doo before, like with the likes of John Cena, The Undertaker, Kane, The Miz, Stardust, the future American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, and many and even Kofi Kingston and Sheamus, like on those, and even on the Flintstones with John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, CM Punk, Mark Henry, Daniel Bryan, even, and then on the Jetsons they had the Big Show, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, the Usos, and etc. And Sheamus and Alicia Fox. Like, but I never seen specifically a WWE wrestler had their own TV series on the cartoon channel before, like on the specific cartoon channel, I should say, to be the exact. And would you watch it? I know I would, but yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. We're gonna move on to the next wrestling news, and that is next up. We got some Nia Jax on Jade Cargill about and many other WWE superstars react to 26-year-old amusing update ahead of Raw. They said Nia Jax, Jade Cargill, and many more WWE stars. I would say not on about not on about Jade Cargill. I mean, her and Jade Cargill reacts along with other WWE stars about a particular 26-year-old star, like amusing update ahead of Raw. And it says right here, now many more WWE superstars have reacted to a superstar's hilarious update ahead of Raw. This week's edition of the Red Brand will air live. Would air live last night from the MVP Arena in Albany, New York. World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins is scheduled to defend the title against Jey Uso. Tonight, Sami Zayn is set to battle with Drew McIntyre in a singles match, and the Creed brothers are set to face the Judgment Day's Dominic Mysterio and JD McDonough. Ahead of this ahead from this week's episode of Raw, WWE Raw Alpha Academy's Maxine Dupree took to her Instagram to share a hilarious update. She shared several images of herself with the caption "Vibe Check" in her post. Nia Jax and Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, and Natalia and more reacted to Maxine Dupree's post ahead of Raw. Most stars stated that Dupree looked great as seen in the image below. And there's the image of her. And what do you think about this hilarious moment from the former leader of Maximum Male Models? And here's the captions and or not the captions, more like the comments about the wrestlers reacting, like the likes of Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, and who else? Natalia. Oh yeah, Natalia and many more. And what do you think about their reactions? Y'all sound off in the comments down below. We're gonna move on to the next one, and it is twenty-two-year-old WWE superstar to no longer join Roman Reigns' bloodline. Exploring the possibility when it comes to Roman Reigns and the bloodline, there have always been talks about adding a new member. There has always been speculations about the heel faction having a female member. A a superstar who has often been the central topic of discussion is NXT's rising star Ava. The 22-year-old has a deep rooted connections with the members of the bloodline, as they all belong in the iconic Hawaii family. Besides, she has always been a buzzing topic in WWE because she is the daughter of The Rock. However, I looks it. I mean, not look. It looks like Ava will not join Roman Reigns' faction anytime soon. After having an incredible stint with the Schism, she has transitioned into an authoritarian figure in NXT. The 22-year-old has dwelled into an official role where she does match making on the roster. Therefore, the possibility of Ava Rain, or not Rain, but more like just Ava now, joining the Samoan faction on the main roster at this point is relatively low. WWE seemingly has plans to keep her on the developmental brand, to experiment with her in, ver- in various roles. And what do you think about her being possibly being a authority? What's that authority? What's that word? Authoritarian? No, author. Yeah, authoritarian. Yeah, authoritarian. Y'all let me know down in the comments below. No wonder she booked the 2 matches last night on NXT and made it official with Shawn Michaels. Like Roxanne Perez was in a brawl with Kiana James, and she booked it a match for the two ladders against each other in a steel cage match at this Saturday's Deadline pay-per-view premium live event. And also, Carmelo Hayes asked her to book a match with him against Alexis King on the exact same night. But yeah, like no wonder, like she asked Shawn Michaels to book this match, and she's concerned about the other women, other wrestlers, and even especially the women's wrestlers. But she also helped book matches for the men wrestlers too. It looks like I was thinking, like, she's going to be like the new general manager, and I forgot to say that last night on my SNA podcast NXT review. But yeah, now I'm saying it, comes to think of it now and saying it, like, I'm like, is she going to be a authority figure for the NXT brand, like perhaps a general manager or assistant, or in some kind of an assistant of Shawn Michaels? Like, perhaps so, but for now, expect her to help book matches for the wrestlers on the black and gold and white brand for the foreseeable future, and not expect her to join Roman Reigns or I believe, her third or fourth cousin anytime soon. But yeah, let's move on to the next wrestling news. Or before that. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's move on to the next wrestling news. In my opinion on it, I think it's really great to have her like that, I suppose, because for the fact that she's not going to be out of action, and she can still be making appearances for WWE, like on NXT, even though it's not like a wrestling role, but she got a lot to learn when it comes to stepping in the squared circle. But I think this is a very good. This is a good sign for her to go out there and show that she got some personality and be recognized by the NXT fans, and not just because she's the daughter of the People's Champ. But anyways, let's move on to the next slide, and it is Alexa Bliss shares adorable rare image of her daughter Hendrix. WWE superstar Alexa Bliss recently shared a rare image of her newly born, I should say, not newest, daughter on social media. Alexa Bliss was last seen in action during her match against Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship at I did not know that my nephew's tablet had Alexa in it. But anyways, let's continue. I better be careful not to say Alexa very loud. But anyways, it says right here, the Raw Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble 2023, the 32-year-old lost lost the fight as she was thrown off by the by the pres- by the presence of Uncle Howdy. Following the match, the the goddess took a break from wrestling to focus on her pregnancy. On November 27th, the the WWE superstar and her husband Ryan Cabrera welcomed their baby girl into the world. The couple named their daughter Hendrix Rude Cabrera, and Alexa Bliss recently took to her Instagram account to share an adorable and rare picture of her daughter with the caption, "Get Miss Hendrix, get Miss Hendrix started early on the band tees and Vans." She wrote. Let me reread it. Like it didn't sound right. Getting Miss Hendrix started early on the band tees and Vans. And there's a picture of her. Hopefully you can see it. I know it's not way too zoomed in, but it's the best way I could get a perfect view out of it to see it. And what do you think about this post from Alexa Bliss, but with her newborn daughter, like with these with custom made baby outfit, with her husband, with Alexa's husband and Hendrix's father's band, and because he's the leader of a rock band. And what do you think about Alexa Bliss, like Alexa Bliss and Hendrix, perhaps touring with some of with Ryan Cabrera, like which is the father and the husband of Alexa and Hendrix. But what do you think about like them perhaps touring with him like on some of his bands? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. And do you think they're having a very good fun time, like with this family being very close? Yeah, just sound off in the comments. And I want to give a huge congratulations, even though I said that about 3 or 4 or 5 times already. But just giving my positive support for the lovely couple. But let's move on to the next wrestling news, and it is WWE News Roundup. Female star announces retirement due to injury. Rhea Ripley reacts to male stars' achievement. Liv Morgan on recent appearance. Should I read the news or should I just skip to the other one? You know what? I'll just do it all at once. Why not? In other news, a female wrestler has announced her retirement from professional wrestling, while another revealed that she's unlikely to return at the Royal Rumble. Let's find it all out and more in today's news roundup on this side of Sportskeeda. First is Rhea Ripley with reacts to Dominic Mysterio's huge milestone. Dominic Mysterio has come into his own in the last year and a half. The 26-year-old has actively featured on all 3 brands during this time and is the current NXT North American champion. Dirty Dom has also been quite active inside the squared circle in 2023, and it recently came to light that he has wrestled 100 matches, including live events. This year, Rhea Ripley take take long to react to Dom's achievement as she sent a message on Twitter by giving him a heart emoji. And Dominic Mysterio was also in action on last night's, or not last night, two nights, tonight. This must have been posted last night, but anyways, like they were in action on Monday Night Raw 2 nights ago, where he and JD Madonna uh, faced defeat in a tag team match against the Creed brothers. And here's the post of. Okay, let's see. My apologies. Come on, come on. I should have just zoomed it in and then that'll be it. I thought it would be better to see it in Rhea Ripley's post, like closer by clicking on. But dang it, I'm not trying to do that. You know what? I guess I'll show it later if I have time. But I'm gonna move. But what do you think about Dominic Mysterio wrestling over, or not over, more like wrestling 100 matches overall this year in 2023 in WWE? Sound off in the comments down below. We're gonna move on to the next wrestling news. And it's about Liv Morgan denies rumors of returning at WWE Royal Rumble. Carmella has been on the sidelines for nearly a year, while her initial absence was due to an injury. The Princess of Staten Island later then. Oh, there it is. Here's the picture. Hopefully that's good enough for you, and I'll give you 10 seconds to look at it. And if you need more time, I'll recommend you to pause this video. This is the closest I can get with Rhea Ripley seeing this from Wrestling News and posted that caption. But anyways, like the Princess of Staten Island revealed that she was pregnant. She recently gave birth to her first baby with her husband, Corey Graves. While many have been expecting to see her back soon, the former SmackDown Women's Champion made it clear that she wouldn't be returning at the Royal Rumble next year, and can't even walk like properly yet. Carmella looked set to be a part of the women's tag team division. Before her hiatus, she was paired with Chelsea Green. And there's a caption that. And there's the full post of somebody on Twitter posting about Carmella. gonna go to the Royal Rumble, but she denied that she's gonna be at next year's Rumble for the fact that she's still recovering from a pregnancy and giving birth, and she cannot even walk properly just yet. So it looks like she's gonna miss this year's Royal Rumble to recover, and don't expect her to come back. Probably not until at least the summer of 2024, if if the if the earliest, I should say, on my opinion, of course, because just look at Becky Lynch, like when she gave birth at the end of 2020 or early 2021. She haven't came back until like the late summer in August of 2021, and and that was being a surprise replacement opponent for Sasha Banks when she was absent. When she was absent and she was injured at the time, supposed to face Bianca Belair for the SmackDown Women's Championship, but it looks like Carmella was about to be a replacement, but luckily that didn't happen because Bianca Belair wrestled her like over 100 times. And that, I guess that includes live event house shows like Defender SmackDown Women's Championship. Luckily, it was Becky Lynch, but I don't agree with the match finish. Like with Becky Lynch hitting her with a manhandling slam and beating her in 26 seconds. But either way, like no matter how many seconds it was, it shouldn't have ended that way. Like that was a total embarrassment for poor Bianca. But anyways, yeah, but that's my opinion about Carmella. It's going to be like similar to that, except she won't be getting a title opportunity. But expect her to be on WWE television until like the earliest will be probably perhaps the summer of 2024, because she's be already recovered, and two, they'll probably have something creatively planned for the Princess of Staten Island. But anyways, we're going to move on to the next news, and it's about Liv Morgan finally breaks her silence. Breaks her silence after WWE appearance. Like Liv Morgan has firmly established herself as one of the most prominent female stars on the WWE roster. However, she is currently on the shelf due to an injury. The former SmackDown Women's Champion, or should I say the other former SmackDown Women's Champion, has made appearances for WWE in a non-wrestling capacity. During her hiatus, she recently visited Lambeau Field, and surprised Aaron Jones with a Packers WWE Legacy title belt. Liv also sent a message after the appearance. Liv Morgan is expected to make a return to the WWE ring soon. She is likely to go after Rhea Ripley, as it was Mommy who put her on the shelf. That makes sense. And this is her post right here. Right here, like this is the image of her, like in the WWE Lifer account, of course. And I'm not sure if this is before or after when WWE I'm not sure if this is before or after when this is before and after the Sunday Night Football game with them facing the Kansas City Chiefs, which they won, which I was very disappointed because considering I'm a Chiefs fan, like I wanted to see the 2022 and 2019 Super Bowl champs win the game and remain a number one seed. But that's a story for another day. But what do you guys think about this this message to Aaron Jones? Of not message, more like a gift to Aaron Jones, like of the custom-made Green Bay Packers WWE Championship replica. Sound off in the comments down below. We're going to move on to the next wrestling news, more news, and it is some CM Punk news. As it says, former WWE champion comments on CM Punk's change in attitude. WWE CCO Triple H listened to the fans and brought back CM Punk. The rapturous reception in Chicago made the moment so memorable. For those unaware, the straight edge superstar kick-started his WWE career as part of the ECW roster in 2006. During this time, Rob Van Dam was at the peak of his career as he held both the WWE and ECW heavyweight championship, respectively. Speaking about his former colleague on the eye of not eye. What's the eye? I thought it was the eye. It's one of a kind. Speaking about his former colleague on the one of a kind podcast. On his one of a kind podcast, Rob Van Dam compared Punk to how he used to be before the Hall of Famer claimed that the latter had a chip on his shoulder at all those years, but now things have changed. Moreover, the legend credited the returning superstar for the ability to captivate audiences in the last decade, while also praising Triple H for the decision. He said, Triple H said, if you're the same person you were 10 years ago, you were doing something wrong, because we're all growing, and I thought, wow, man, it's cool to know that he gets it. Van Dam said, we all learn from every experience. The ECW legend continued, I wouldn't be surprised if CM Punk was a lot easier to get along with, Van Dam added, compared to before when he had an overly prevalent chip on his shoulder. It's awesome that CM Punk has been able to captivate the interest of the fans for so long, Van Dam said of Punk's return. Many news outlets have noted that CM Punk is ready to play ball, and WWE tested the waters with his first promo. Unusually, he did not drop a pipe bomb, which led to a section of the fans questioning the heart of the promo. And what do you think about Rob Van Dam saying that CM Punk is his opinion about CM Punk, about he wouldn't be surprised if he would be an easier guy to get along with at this time? And do you think CM Punk has changed, and in him and WWE as a employee and employer relationship is back we're back where it should have been 10 years ago? Or do you think that CM Punk perhaps not really don't really like WWE, but he's given WWE his last chance of being a professional wrestler, give it a try for his final run in professional wrestling, which I think is the first option because he said he's back home, and he even said like he was greeted with welcome arms. Well, at least almost everybody, which he was referencing Seth Rollins, of course. But yeah, like if that wasn't the case, he wouldn't have cut that promo. Which some say he did not have a producer like a producer writer write his script, and that was unscripted. What he just said on the microphone, which is probably confirmed that he's now back on WWE, and he's having a very warm and positive run, a second run, I should say, to be the exact, with the sports entertainment promotion, or should I say the Stanford-based promotion, like these wrestling articles would say. Like, so expect him to be on WWE for the rest of his wrestling career, at least at this time, like, and in the foreseeable future, of course, too. Well, I shouldn't say at this time, which that'll make me sound very hypocritically dumb right now, but I would say at least for now and the foreseeable future, like with him, perhaps like finally getting a chance to, like perhaps it'll probably main event WrestleMania, if not 2024, 2025 maybe will be for him. That'll probably be the year of him main eventing the Showcase of the Immortals. But we're gonna move on to the next wrestling news, and that is. It's loading, and the next news up is we got some late great Bray Wyatt news. It's about didn't think I'd be tearing up tonight. Like WWE Universe reacts to JoJo Offerman's heartbreaking relation re, 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 revelation about revelation about Bray Wyatt. And before I read more about this article, I want to say once again, rest in peace to the Eater of Worlds. He was a most characteristic and amazingly what's that word? He was amazingly what's that word I would use? Like, it's like wonderful and magical put together. Like, it's like that kind of word. Like, I'll say magnificent. I'll say he was like the most wonderfully magnificent individuals in the world of sports entertainment / pro wrestling. And I want to give my deepest condolences to the Wyndham Rotundum family and his wife and kids at this sad, unfortunate, heartbreaking time. And I'm gonna continue reading this video. As further ado, the WWE Universe has reacted to JoJo Offerman's heartbreaking revelation about Bray Wyatt. The wrestling world lost one of its most creative stars in August when Bray Wyatt came out of nowhere, passed away. He was just 36 years old at the time of his passing, and his life was cut far too short. Wyatt left behind a fiance, children, and millions of adoring fans. JoJo Offerman and Bray Wyatt were scheduled to be married today. Wow, what? The former ring announcer took to Instagram to share the news and noted that Wyatt is missed by his family. the WWE Universe react. The WWE Universe reacted to Offerman's post and stated how heartbreaking it was that Wyatt is no longer with us. Many fans also sent Offerman their love and support as seen in this post below. And here's the post from Twitter that she tweeted on today. And what do you think about this? And I want to send my love and support to them at this that and unfortunate, heartbreaking time. And he is, yeah, he's in a better place, but way too soon, on my opinion, and everybody else's opinion of the IWC and the fan base of Bray Wyatt and even his family as well. And I want to send once again. I want to send my deepest condolences. And he's watching down on y'all and smile with a huge smile. With you sending your love and support. And you can expect this from a courtesy to Super Ninja Austin from the SNA podcast, which I don't know why I even said that about me about being Super Ninja Austin. Well, I don't know about anyways, but yeah. But the point is, I'm just saying like I want to give you my support onto this sad and unfortunate time, and yeah, we're gonna move on to the next wrestling news, and that is former NXT Tag Team Champions return to. No, I think I should just skip that one. I'll say no. The next one, Jey Uso news. We got some Jey Uso news. Reacts to 29-year-old former champion, I should say, using Yeet on live event show. Jey Uso and WWE shocked the fans when they stopped using a catchphrase that the superstar made popular at the Fastlane press conference. However, 29-year-old Trick Williams used the phrase on the bump in front of Jey Uso. The former Bloodline member got his first shot at the World Heavyweight Championship on this week's episode of WWE Raw. He and Seth freaking Rollins had enthralling, I should say, enthralling with an A. And let me rephrase that. It didn't say freaking. I just said that because everybody started calling Seth Rollins now that like from the past year, like often I should say, some like just refer him as Seth Rollins because that's what his wrestling name was originally, at least. Like, but for some reason WWE wanted to add that as his like full wrestling name, like along with Seth Rollins, like which should be just his nickname. Just freaking should be like included as his nickname. But anyways, the former got yeah, enthralling matches, I should say, enthralling matches that kept the fans captivated in the end. Rollins retained his title before Drew McIntyre destroyed both stars. During the latest episode of WWE's The Bump, Jey Uso addressed Drew McIntyre's heart hatred, I should say, with the term hate into the hatred. I need to wear my reading glasses because it's kind of a blur. Anyway, Drew McIntyre's hatred for him, the main event match against Rollins, and many more topics. Uso was joined by former NXT North American champion Trick Williams, who spoke about his upcoming bout at NXT Deadline this week. Like while hyping each other up, Uso used Williams' catchphrase and vice versa. Jay Uso's reaction to Williams saying "yeet" was caught on camera, and it was certain that he didn't want anything to do with it. And also on the other side, it shows that said, why can't Jey Uso use Yeet? Since WWE Fastlane, Jey Uso has riled up the WWE universe about using Yeet whenever he is around. However, he has stopped using the term in the past couple of weeks and returned to sporting his main event J t-shirt. A report earlier this week claimed that WWE has been unable to claim the trademark for the term. The copyright for Yeet sits with Casey Huffman, a pro wrestler out of Virginia. He had trademarked the phrase back in 2021. WWE is not legally entitled to use the phrase and make merchandise around it. Fans will have to wait and see how the promotion plays this out and whether it is interested in trademarking the term in the near future. Or not the near, I should say, perhaps the future, I should say, which that'll be a while until the trademark gets released from the current original owner. And what do you think about that? And about Jey Uso cannot use the catchphrase "yeet" anymore, at least anytime soon. And what do you thought about his reaction for those who watched the bump with the special guest of this morning's show with Trick Williams and Jey Uso, and with Jey Uso saying his catchphrase "whoop that trick," and Trick Williams responded back saying "yeet." Sound off in the comments down below. But we're gonna move on to the next one now, and it is we got CM Punk news now as CM Punk to GTS 38-year-old WWE superstar on SmackDown, exploring his return after 9 years. After nearly a decade away, CM Punk is set to make an appearance on the upcoming edition of SmackDown this Friday. The company recently announced that the Best in the World would make his return to the Blue brand on the next show. However, upon his arrival on SmackDown, there is a possibility that CM Punk might execute his first go to sleep finisher on none other than, drumroll please, Jimmy Uso, main event Jimmy Uso. Well, self-proclaimed main event, because he don't really seem like much of a main eventer. Only main evented a few SmackDowns, but that's not really main eventing anything. Like, unless you fought for the WWE or World Heavyweight Championship, then that's when you call yourself a main eventer. Even as the challenger, like his brother Jay Uso, which he showed in the past, and showed that he could be a future champion in the future if he keeps trying. But if it hadn't been for Jim, he would have been against the tribal chief. but he's not going to let that bother him because he still have another opportunity for the Undisputed Championship. But anyways, the possibility, okay, well, I said like if I was Jey Uso, saying like I still have no chance to champ because he's main event Jey. Like, and that's what's up, and that's Uso. But anyways, this possibility is rooted in recent speculation suggesting a potential confrontation between CM Punk and Paul Heyman. Heyman and Punk shared a significant history with each other, and even during Punk's first promo on Raw, he seemingly mentioned Paul Heyman by referring him as a wise man, of course, saying the wise man told me that I need to leave first and venture out before I can be happy here, or something between the lines, which like some kind of a prodigal son. What's that? The prodigal son of professional wrestling, like next to the likes of Cody Rhodes, Bobby Lashley, and even Drew McIntyre. Well, but yeah, he showed that, but it took him like a year earlier than Bobby Lashley when he made his return in WWE from 2008 to 2008 to 2018. But it took like CM Punk 9 years just to make it back in the ring in World Wrestling Entertainment, with like leaving in 2014 and coming back in 2023. And what do you think about CM Punk possibly having a confrontation with his former manager, the wise man of the Tribal Chief? And do you think he's going to sign a SmackDown contract or he's going to sign a Raw contract? Considering he could be in the feud with Seth Rollins, but he could also consider being in a feud with Roman Reigns if he gets the opportunity for the Universal. But I think Randy Orton's going to get the opportunity at the Royal Rumble, while CM Punk's going to face Seth Rollins. And that's probably the reason why they kept the title on Seth Rollins, for the fact that this is money this is money marquee in two matches. Like, we'll have two returns of the biggest stars in WWE from the past decades that face one of their world champions and the other one face the other one respectively. Like with Randy Orton facing the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, while CM Punk faced the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. But yeah, I think like we will probably have a tease of this, like with Paul Heyman, on my opinion, and you probably would hit a go to sleep on Jimmy Uso getting knocked out with a legendary wrestler's finishing maneuvers second week in a row. So it won't be the three devastating letters, rather than I'd say the three devastating initial letters of sports entertainment, and that's GTS, go to sleep. I'll say, yeah, perfect line, I guess. Well, I'm not sure if it's my best line, but I'm just saying like the way I would see it in this upcoming SmackDown at the end of the show. But he'll probably say thanks. Like he'll probably give a reason why he's not showing, like at least two of them, like why he's not going to pick Roman Reigns, because he already have a handful of challengers already, and he'll worry about him later, at least for now. And see him, and because for the fact that he has Roman Reigns have to worry about when he returns by January, like with the likes of LA Knight and Randy Orton, like with Randy Orton possibly getting a guaranteed opportunity, while Adam Pearce will give the guaranteed opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship to CM Punk that he was planning on giving to Randy Orton, but he decided to get the guaranteed opportunity for the Universal Championship against Roman Reigns. But it looks like CM Punk's going to sign that contract, and he's going to face Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble paper. They have like about 8 weeks away from the second biggest pay-per-view, or no, third biggest pay-per-view of the year, and that's the Royal Rumble, which we will see him probably face him for the World Heavyweight Championship. And are you excited to see? Would you be excited more, like, because nothing hasn't been confirmed, at least not yet. So I'm gonna say, would y'all be excited if CM Punk did get the opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship? Like, is this your prediction on your bingo card of 2024, or do you think something else is in store for CM Punk? Like perhaps like being in the Royal Rumble match and maybe winning the match and main event in WrestleMania by facing someone like Seth Rollins or even Roman Reigns, which I think that's the spot against Roman Reigns belongs to Cody Rhodes. And I think this is going to benefit Cody Rhodes of going to SmackDown either way, like with Randy Orton signing with in SmackDown and facing Cody Rhodes' former WrestleMania 39 opponent and future WrestleMania 40 opponent. But I think that we're gonna see CM Punk do give him a go to sleep, but he's like, but since we already have Randy and LA Knight, so I'm gonna turn down the SmackDown offer in favor with Raw. Like for one, Roman Reigns already have enough as it is, and two, I have some potential business to discuss with Seth freaking Rollins, if not unfinished business. I'll say some potential business against Seth freaking Rollins because considering I'm getting a guaranteed opportunity from Adam Pearce. And even if Adam Pearce didn't give me a guaranteed opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship, I would still go after Seth Rollins because he called me a hypocrite. He wanted to fight me, so I'm going to give him a fight that he'll never soon to forget. But that's my opinion and my prediction on this Friday SmackDown, which I'm gonna be reviewing. And if my predictions are correct, I'm gonna point them out and I'm gonna talk about that right here on the SNA podcast. But it'll be on the SmackDown review. But yeah, stay tuned for that this Friday on December. I'll say December 8th. Yeah, December 8th of 2022. But yeah, we're going to end today's news video with some Randy Orton news now. And three other WWE stars who can realistically break Ric Flair's World Heavyweight title record. Like, I'll say not only just Randy Orton news, but Randy Orton and other wrestlers who could possibly beat the 74-year-old Nature Boy superstar. And it says, over the years, Ric Flair has cemented his legacy as one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. While the 74-year-old is currently at All Elite Wrestling, he is best known for his time at WWE. In the Stanford-based promotion, the Nature Boy has claimed many big records. One such record that Ric Flair holds is the record for winning the most world championships. Like in total, Flair has won 16 world titles, and this achievement is pretty commendable. However, given how WWE is updating their history books, like they would definitely want a current superstar to break the Nature Boy's record. And we got about three or four superstars that could possibly break Ric Flair's record in their current careers in WWE. Which going to number 4 is Roman Reigns has an outside chance of breaking Ric Flair's record. Like Roman Reigns has been leading to change when it comes to breaking records. Like in WWE, of course, in his 1,000-day reign as champion, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion has broken many records. While it is likely there is a chance Reigns could break Ric Flair's record at least anytime soon. Currently, the Tribal Chief is a 6-time world champion. If Reigns does not retire early, and if WWE ends his dominant persona, he could have multiple feuds with feuds for the championship, like resulting in him winning the title on many occasions for at least a dozen times. Winning winning the title, winning the title many occasions, even though the angle might sound tempting, the chance of it happening does not seem plausible. And do you think that Roman Reigns is gonna beat Ric Flair's record at 16 times? Perhaps he could be a 17 or even like 18 time, maybe even tying John Cena's record. Like if John Cena comes back and add a 17th reign in his arsenal, because he's currently tied with Ric Flair as a 16-time world champion himself. But in speaking of the leader of the C Nation, number 3 is John Cena. Possibly could win and beat Ric Flair's record. With this writing saying, while Ric Flair's record of 16-time world champions wins was untouchable for a long time, John Cena managed to equal the same currently, I should say. Cena and Flair are both tied at 16-time world titles. Tied at 16 titles, I should say, 16 world titles, I should say. Titles each, respectively. This makes the leader of C Nation one of the most likely candidates to break Ric Flair's record. However, the one abstract however, the one obstacle in his way could be his inactivity. In lack of time, Cena is currently an established star in Hollywood, and given the writer and actors strike just ended, it's hard to say when he will return. However, it will be interesting to see if he can make time and if WWE books him to break Flair's record. And number 2, the most likely candidate that could possibly break Flair's record is none other than the Viper himself, Randy Orton. And for the fact that he's going to be wrestling for 10 years, so he could possibly make it up to 20 reigns, or 20, make it up to 20 reigns as WWE World Champion. And it says, unlike Cena, Randy Orton is still active in WWE. While the Viper was out due to an injury for a long time, he recently returned at Survivor Series War Games. When Orton returned to the Premium Live event, he looked in great physical condition, and this caused great delight to many fans. Hence, when it comes to men, Randy Orton is the most likely candidate to break Ric Flair's record. The Apex Predator is a 14-time world champion, and given he will now be active, WWE could book him to break Flair's record. The Legend Killer has also stated that he wants to break Flair's record. And he will exactly do that if he start getting opportunities and winning. And this could be his 15th reign if he dethrones Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble. And like the great one said, I wouldn't mind it for the fact that I was also an Orton fan along with my brother. He was the most entertaining guy, but I would say I would pick John Cena over Randy Orton like when I was younger. But but well, I'm saying when it comes to comparisons, but when it comes to being a fan of WWE, I was a fan with both John Cena, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, The Undertaker, and many other recognizable big names in the world of sports entertainment / professional wrestling. But yeah, I would see Randy Orton beating Ric Flair's record guaranteed. Like, even if he doesn't beat Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble or not, I think he's going to be winning WWE and World Heavyweight Championships in the foreseeable future. Just wait and see, because he said he's going to have 10 more years. And if he does retire at 53, expect him to have at least 20 reigns as 20 reigns as WWE World Champion under his belt before retirement by that time, of course. Yeah, when he's in his 50s, retiring. And maybe at 53, but he could retire at 55 like The Undertaker. Like back in 2020, he retired at the age of 55, having his last match against AJ Styles in the Boneyard match, which Randy Orton could have a perfectly good send-off like that too. Like, if having a 31-year career in WWE, and he would hang up his boots when that time comes. Like, if he does retire in that year, man, if like 31 years of a career, like he's been doing this when I was like 3 months old. Wow. And because if he does retire around in the springtime, then it'll be 3 months when I'll be 31 years old. And if I do become a professional a professional wrestler, hopefully I get a chance to share the ring with him and wrestle him in a dream match, of course. But I have to do some training. I got to join a wrestling school, and I have to do all that stuff before I even get a chance to share in the ring with a legendary wrestler like him. That, like, with a wrestling fan like me, growing up as a child, along with my brother, like watching him wrestle the likes of John Cena, The Undertaker, and Triple H, and Batista, and Rey Mysterio, and etc. Like having the most legendary career, like hitting the most memorable and devastating move, or devastating lettered move, I should say, the devastating letters, I should say, in all of sports entertainment, the RKO, and it's even a meme, and even in all over social media, and even memes that are outside of wrestling, like when they're making some social media memes, like when somebody falls over and it looks like they got RKO'd. Like that's even a meme itself. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about Randy Orton winning and becoming a like 20-time champion, like or even just a 17-time champion, perhaps, beating Ric Flair's record as 16 times. But yeah, y'all let me know down in the comments below. But I think this is my number one likely candidate that Randy Orton's going to do so. And then we finally got number one, and that is his daughter herself, the queen of the Flairs, Charlotte Flair. The most likely candidate to break Ric Flair's record is his own daughter, Charlotte Flair, as she's also a 14-time champion, just like Orton. And it also says a 14-time world champion. Charlotte has been one of the best women's wrestlers in WWE history. Even today, the Queen is a massive name on SmackDown and is regularly involved in massive feuds. Hence, like, it won't be surprising to see Charlotte Flair become the first superstar to cross the first superstar across superstar record of 16 world titles at the age of 37 years old. Flair has shown incredible fitness and hunger to compete against some of the best in the business. It will be interesting to see if she can break her father's record. Which I think, let me rephrase that. I'll say the top two on this list, 2 out of the 4 that's definitely going to beat it's gonna beat Ric Flair's record. Is definitely his I don't say student, more like a protege. His protege or his daughter, which is Randy Orton or Charlotte Flair. Which those are the top two candidates that could possibly break his record, I should say, because considering that they're still active full-time competitors. Well, I think John Cena would break his record, but it will be his last reign and being 17 times. And then the second, I'll say Roman Reigns, if he does not retire, even losing the Undisputed Championship, like to someone like a Cody Rhodes finishing the story, or even Randy Orton. Like, it could be anybody at this point. But what do y'all think about this list in general? Y'all let me know down in the comments. What's your pick on who's going to break his record and who's going to be the first one that's going to break his record out of this list? Sound off in the comments below about that as well. And also, I would say Charlotte Flair could be the one that could dethrone Io Sky and adding her 15th reign and on her way of having 2 more reigns of breaking her father's record. Just like Randy Orton against Roman Reigns. But that's only if she does. And I'll say if she does, I'll say this would be a perfect time to capitalize on Jade Cargill, of making her ring debut, which is probably too soon, but this is her Royal Rumble debut. They did the same for Shinsuke Nakamura when they called him up in the main roster, which I think Jade Cargill should win the Royal Rumble, showed her dominance, and be the one that dethroned Charlotte Flair at the night one's main event WrestleMania, if they have the women's main event for the WWE Women's Championship, and become the new WWE Women's Championship and hold that title for at least a year and be undefeated. It'll be similar to her TBS championship that she held for nearly a year, if not exactly a year. Like she did that, like when she won the tournament, she held that title. She was undefeated. She had an undefeated streak until Double or Nothing, when Chris Statlander came back from her injury. And challenged her for the title after she beat Taya Valkyrie, and then she beat her exactly on that night, and in her rematch when she made a return, in that Rampage, that special edition of Rampage in the main event, and she beat her, and that's when she left the company and she joined WWE, and she could do the same with the WWE Women's Championship. And do you think she's gonna do so? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. But back to Charlotte Flair, I think she's gonna win more championships. What if that be in the WWE Women's Championship like she did? And I think most of her reigns did the perfect sign. She will beat her for the championship. I mean, with the sign, she will beat her father's reign as 16 times. But they should have did it in storyline sense, in perspective, when she was facing the likes of Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and even Bayley. They should have her win the championships from those women, in sensical, and most of those women in sensical title battles, and also she also beat Asuka and Carmella, which is the honorable mention into this list of women that she dethroned as women's champion, whether that be in the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship. But I think it should have half of those reigns should have been in sensical or sensible, I should say, aspects. Yeah, like with her winning the title in storyline sense, with her, what if she's playing the heel or baby face, with her winning the title, in storyline sense, and she will be gaining 2 or dozen reigns as championships, and she can and even if it's a short reign, with a couple of the reigns into the feud, so be it. It's gonna help her achieve her dreams and to breaking her father's record. Yeah, again, y'all let me know down in the comments below what y'all think. But anyway, that's the end of the video. That was your list of the wildest wrestling news, stories, and rumors that you SNA fans need to know from the Sportskeeda article on December 6, 2023. And yeah, which one was your favorite on the wrestling news list on Sportskeeda's daily wrestling article for today's video? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Hopefully you liked this video. If you did, please leave a huge thumbs up. Comment down below on your opinions about anything about this SNA podcast video, or or my opinions about the wrestling news, or even about anything about y'all's opinions in the wrestling news and y'all's predictions, like in the comments down below. Subscribe, click the bell notifications beside it so you can be the first one to be notified when I upload my latest video. And also, I'm gonna be uploading and making my latest edition of the SNA podcast review of AEW Dynamite because it is Wednesday, and this will be part 17 of the AEW Dynamite review. That I'm be doing my 17th week in a row, to be the exact, I should say. Hopefully, you guys will enjoy and watch the video, and hopefully, like, AEW Dynamite is very entertaining to talk about. So I will have a good mood like usual and talk to you guys about it, and hopefully y'all have a great. And I've been your host, Super Ninja Austin, on this 159th episode edition of the SNA podcast, and I hopefully y'all have a great Wednesday afternoon, and I'll see you all this evening after when AEW Dynamite goes off the air. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin, the assassin, out. See you this evening. Bye-bye. And it'll be 160th of the SNA podcast, by the way. Bye-bye.